braid them together and cook in olive oil on both sides. But fish.
Welcome to Wiesbaden, Germany, the fitness center. Wiesbaden Army Airfield, Army Sergeant Russell Tuff and Army Sergeant Lucas Hoskins back with you for Division I girls basketball. Had a very exciting day so far, the 2013 DoDDS Europe Tournament of Champions. And we're getting ready for the Wiesbaden Lady Warriors and the Kaiserslautern Lady Raiders. They've already met twice this season, splitting the matchup. Kaiserslautern actually coming into this game 12-1, of course, the lone defeat to Wiesbaden. Wiesbaden 11-2 overall on the season. And Luke, we had a chance to talk to both of these coaches prior to the game, and they were giving us some insight into what their teams are going to have to do to win this matchup.
Yeah, they sure did. Coach Jim Campbell of the Wiesbaden Lady Warriors said that in order for them to beat them, to break the tie, the 1-1 tie, they're going to have to break Kaiserslautern's press. And also they need to limit turnovers. It's something we've seen a lot of today is turnovers. Not necessarily because of sloppy play, it's just kind of the nature of the beast here. And also they know that K-Town will play a zone defense, so they need to be able to break that zone and get down into the hole.
We'll see how effective they are. And then, of course, over on the K-Town side, Coach Corey Sullivan, he had 1 point to make to us, so 1 point only.
Hey, he said they need to put pressure on the Lady Warriors, and that's the only way that they're going to be able to win this game. Hey, listen, if you want to be a part of this broadcast, shoot us an email to doddsbb2013@gmail.com. We'll be checking your emails periodically throughout our broadcast, and who knows, you may get your email read over the air.
And as we have been doing with the games through the day thus far, we're streaming on afneurope.net, as well as worldwide on AFN's The Pentagon channel. I want to get back to the earlier matchups we had in the season between these two teams. First meeting on February the 1st, so not that long ago. Wiesbaden, as I mentioned, handing the Raiders their only loss on the season, 38-34. The rematch just a couple of days ago here on February the 12th. K-Town's turn, they took out the Warriors 42-37. So the prior two matchups have been very close, and we expect this game to be close today.
Maybe something important to point out about those first two matchups, both of the home teams won. And I mean, I know this is the European tournament, but we just so happen to be in Wiesbaden. Do you think that'll play a factor in the game today?
Well, we talked to Coach Campbell there just a couple minutes ago, and asked him about, you know, being the quote-unquote hometown team, even though they're wearing the away jerseys here. I said, what kind of pressure is that going to put on your team? And he said, look, they're high school girls. You know what's going to happen with them. Of course, they're going to be nervous. The nerves are going to get to them regardless.
Exactly. One of the first things he told us is, look, we need to score points. We need to put the ball in the hoop and score some points. And I mean, really, he mentioned something about their three-point game. If they can get their three-point game going, I know they got hot last night in their semifinals match, and if they can get their three-point game going, it might mean trouble for the Lady Raiders.
We're done introducing the teams. We're going to get to the action in just a moment here. I mentioned the uniforms just a minute ago. K-Town, they're the quote-unquote home team. They're going to be in the red and white. Wiesbaden playing the role of the away team in this matchup. Royal blue and yellow, those school colors.
Got an email coming in already all the way from Colorado. It looks like Susan Crummery says, your Colorado fan club is cheering you on with pride. Go Lady Warriors. So good luck to the Warriors. Thanks, Susan, for your email. Again, if you want to hit us up during the game, that's doddsbb2013@gmail.com. Action just about to get underway here. We're meeting at midcourt.
A rematch of the 2010 game, and you can just, it's definitely in here. I'm standing 6 inches from you, and I can barely hear you, Luke.
I've got these headphones on, and I'm still catching all this ambient noise. It is intense in here.
Well,
right
I don't
now.
think the crowd has died down any from that exciting overtime Division II boys game we just finished up about 15 minutes ago.
F North taking it in overtime over Naples.
And there we go, we're underway. Early collision. And as they did in their first two matchups, Wiesbaden, they're really going to have to watch out for number 34 on K-Town, Angie Powell, 6'2" senior coming from San Antonio, Texas.
I'm noticing here, Wiesbaden does not have any players over 6 foot tall, so that may be an issue driving into the hole. They're going to have their jumpers going today. Lady Warriors looking tough on the boards already. They are really attacking that ball as it comes off.
Yeah, and of course, every coach we've spoken to today, they've given us it may be tired and true, but it applies. Limit the turnovers, control the rebounds. That's how we're going to win the game.
Take care of the ball, set the pace. Alana Dickerson on the fast break there. Didn't quite work out, but it's number 22 for the Lady Raiders.
Lauren Berry, number 15. She's the one that was taking the ball just a second ago. And I'll tell you what, Luke, early on here, despite the fact we were actually coming to you from Wiesbaden, it seems like the folks from K-Town seem to have a bigger presence thus far.
It's weird. When they were introducing the teams prior to the game, it was, and they're kind of scattered. They're not all in one place. The Kaiserslautern community apparently travels well and in numbers. They're kind of spread out all over this fitness center.
Had a deep three attempt just a moment ago, just off the front of the rim. An early 2-0 lead for Wiesbaden. We're just underway here. K-Town applying some full court pressure. We'll see if Wiesbaden's able to get out of it, and they are.
Slowing things down just a little bit. With the steal,
Megan Smith, nice little hook on the right side of the lane there.
Just under 6 minutes to play.
Fast break opportunity.
Just under 6 minutes to play here in the first period. 4-0 for the Wiesbaden Lady Warriors.
Wiesbaden controlling the boards early on. Hasn't led to much at the moment. And Luke, I'll tell you what, you talk about a team pulling out a squeaker. We were here yesterday to watch this one. Wiesbaden with a 2-point win over Lakenheath, 49-47.
Very tight game.
Had Sierra Martin had a rebound and a layup, plus a free throw at about 18 seconds left, and that's what sealed the victory in the game yesterday.
You know, Coach Campbell also mentioned something about the emotions that have been around this tournament, and emotional games and emotional wins like they had last night in the semifinals. That can actually take some energy out of you. You got to kind of take a step back, breathe a little, and get your composure coming into a big finals game in front of what is essentially your hometown crowd.
That's a deep three by Taronda Dunlap. She's a 5'5" senior from Jacksonville, Alabama.
K-Town with the steal. Grace Gonzalez can't make it work, but with the follow-up, Alana Dickerson. She's junior this year, 5'10", originally out of Harker Heights, Texas. An area I'm very familiar with.
Alana, we were talking with Coach Sullivan before the game, telling us that Alana's dad currently deployed. I know her mom is in attendance here. I think we're going to try to talk to her mom a little bit later on in the game. That'll be a nice thing.
Kaiserslautern with the steals early.
There's that size advantage for K-Town. Angie Powell, 34. K-Town 5-4. A couple minutes into the first quarter here. Division I Girls Basketball Championship. Correction, 7-4.
Again, if you're just joining our broadcast, we are live here in Wiesbaden, Germany at the Kaiserslautern Fitness Center. And for the 2013 DoDDS High School Basketball Championships, currently in the middle of the first quarter of the Division I girls teams. The Lady Warriors of Wiesbaden and the Lady Raiders of Kaiserslautern.
Nice little mid-range jumper right there by Lauren Berry. And they're going to call Wiesbaden for a push in the back on that one.
Like, we got another email that just came in. Shout out from Coach Boardman. Shout out to the Lady Warriors from Coach Scott Boardman. Bring another championship to Wiesbaden, just like they did back in 2010. So thank you, Scott, for contributing to the broadcast tonight. If you'd like to have a chance to be heard, send us an email to doddsbb2013@gmail.com.
And you can see Angie Powell trying to establish some position down there close to the hoop, take advantage of her size. Oh, no. Nice read there on the steal.
Can't capitalize. Gonna get her for a double dribble.
Wave off the basket. They're calling her a double dribble.
Looks like that was Sierra Martin out of Fort Lewis, Washington. She's just a sophomore this year. Plays both guard and forward, so kind of multi-talented.
Got a tie score here at 6-6. About 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter. We're coming to you live from the Fitness Center, Wiesbaden Army Airfield, Wiesbaden, Germany. Thank you for tuning in to us on AFN's The Pentagon Channel and also on our website, afneurope.net. Referee's discussing something at the scores table. Not quite sure what the delay is, but it looks like we're getting back to the action here.
Looks like there's been some confusion at the scorers table. Now have it, looks like Kaiserslautern 7 and Wiesbaden 6.
So, yep, looks like that's what they were discussing. Because I had it marked down 7-6, then went to 6-6, so I think we got it worked out.
Wiesbaden on the fast break.
And there's Angie.
Denied. Quick substitutions here. Puts it up from downtown. Boom goes the dynamite. Just can't hang on to that one.
About 90 seconds left in this first quarter here. Kaiserslautern with possession at the moment. Another board for Wiesbaden. They're really controlling the glass in this first quarter here.
Have another email just came in. Karima, looks like, would like to give a shout out to Ray, Alana, Angela, and Grace on the K-Town Lady Raiders. K-Town what? K-Town what? Go out now and show them who's boss. Play together and bring home the banner for the gym. Looks like she's an alumni of the school. Thanks, Karima, for adding to our broadcast. If you'd like to add to our broadcast, shoot us an email at doddsbb2013@gmail.com.
We're under a minute here.
And not gonna get to it.
Wiesbaden holding a 2-point lead over rival K-Town, 9-7. Possession back to Wiesbaden on that last K-Town turnover.
Well, I tell you, Coach Campbell was not kidding about that press. They are coming after him every time. K-Town looks like they mean business on every possession.
I gotta tell you, Luke, it does, despite what Coach Campbell was talking about with, you know, his girls being rattled, they have held their composure pretty well thus far.
Especially when you get down early. I mean, I know it wasn't much, but they were down by 3-4 points. You know, it's sometimes when you get down early, it's hard to keep your composure and work your way back into the game, and they've done that successfully.
A little bit of a scuffle there for the ball. Time runs out at the end of one. Wiesbaden, the hometown team, they're up 9-7 over K-Town.
The actual home team.
The actual, yes. So it really is a little confusing.
Action from the cheerleaders on the floor in between quarters.
And I'll tell you what, Luke, we're watching the currently watching the K-Town cheerleaders. We've been here since 9 o'clock this morning. We had the cheer championships from 9 to noon. I think these cheerleaders have been exerting as much or more energy as the basketball teams through the course of the day. They're still going strong.
I tell you, we've got the easy job up here, but to watch these young athletes, and that's cheerleaders and basketball players alike, go at this all day, it's exhausting me just watching. I'm giving them a courtesy sweat right now.
Players from both teams coming back onto the court here. We'll be getting to the action of the second quarter just a moment. Again, if you're just tuning in, differences in high school basketball between what you might see in the pros. Here we're dealing with 8-minute quarters. We were talking about this during the first game we brought to this morning, and it resonates still at this point of the day. When you're dealing with those short quarters, any mistakes are really going to be magnified. And obviously both coaches aware of that. They were telling us, you know, yes, limit the turnovers. That's how we're going to win the game.
On the flip side of that, every point counts that much more. So like they were saying, you've got to score points. You've got to get on the board, and you've got to do it early and often.
Yep. These two teams splitting the matchups earlier in the season. Wiesbaden winning the first matchup, 38-34. K-Town taking the second one, 42-37. Both those games occurred earlier this month.
All right, looks like we're going to go down to our floor reporter, Victoria Seacrest. What do you have for us, Victoria?
I'm courtside with Alicia. Her daughter is player 22 of the Kaiserslautern Raiders. And now, from my understanding, your husband's currently deployed.
Yes.
And what is his name?
Lieutenant Colonel Barry Dickerson.
And do you have something you'd like to say to him?
Lady Raiders all day, baby, Lady Raiders.
And now, how do you feel that your husband gets to watch this game even though he's away?
Oh, that's awesome. That's the most important part for me, her, and him. My son is also watching at CTC online, so we're all enjoying it at the same time, even though we're not together.
Well, I'm glad you guys are able to still share this.
Yes.
And good luck to your daughter.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Victoria.
You can see the excitement in the stands here. I mean, the Kaiserslautern high school students are here cheering on their team. It's kind of nutty over there. It really is. Fun to watch, though. I remember those days. Long, long time ago.
Having some kind of discussion here at the scorers table. Both coaches involved in this one.
I see head nods and no foot stomping yet, so I think we're okay.
Can't be too bad then if the coaches aren't really going at it. This, of course, a rematch of the 2010 finals. And this season, K-Town 12-1 overall record. Wiesbaden coming in to this game, finished the regular season at 11-2.
If you'd like to send us your shout-outs during our broadcast, hit us up on the email at doddsbb2013@gmail.com. Again, we are live here in Wiesbaden, Germany, on the Pentagon channel. We're also streaming live on afneurope.net. So if you can't catch us on the Pentagon channel, stream us online, send us your emails. We'd love to hear from you, and I'm sure all these young athletes would like to have your shout-outs.
Discussion is over. We're back to play here. Possession to K-Town. We're seeing Aspen Wolf, number 25. She's into the game for the first time here for K-Town. Calling a blocking foul there on Wiesbaden. K-Town, they'll keep possession.
In case they're not familiar, what's the difference between blocking, which is a defensive foul, and charging, which is an offensive foul?
Luke, the difference there on that one, as a defensive player, if you have your feet set, you firmly established position, then it's a charge. If you're still moving, trying to get over, that's a blocking foul on your part.
Kaiserslautern doing a good job of moving the ball around. Just can't seem to get the look they want right now.
And again, no shot clock here at high school basketball, so they can just take their time and work their offense.
It's like Grace Gonzalez of the Kaiserslautern Lady Raiders took it in there. Couldn't quite get it done. She's a senior this year. She's out of Fajardo, Puerto Rico.
Had a high school Spanish teacher that yelled at me for saying it that way. You have to roll the R's.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. I'll work on that throughout the broadcast. How about that? Looks like we've got another email coming in. Let's go, Lady Warriors. So proud to have called most of these girls my teammates. So apparently an ex-student that's now back in Alabama. Always a Warrior at heart. Love you guys. You got this. That's Andrea Arnold in Auburn, Alabama. Thanks for your email, Andrea.
Grace not able to take advantage of going to the free throw line. We're still at a 9-7 game, 2-point lead for Wiesbaden. Trying to go down low to Angie, just not able to find the feet on that one.
Looks like that one's going to go to the Lady Warriors.
Aspen doing a good job trying to wrestle for the ball on that. Fortunately, off of her, possession over to Wiesbaden.
Got another shout out just came in to our email. I am an alum of K-Town and the older brother of number 22. Shout out to Alana Dickerson and the Lady Raiders from Killeen, Texas. Thanks, Brennan. for your email. I'm sure little sis will appreciate that.
So we mentioned how Wiesbaden got to this game earlier. Talking about K-Town, they pulled out a 28-17 victory over Patch yesterday. They're actually down 16-8 in the third quarter, managed to come back and win that game.
I was watching that game, and it was intense. It almost seemed as if Patch got on top early and then laid back for the rest of the game and just wasn't able to finish out.
Reyes Gonzalez ahead of the pack on that last possession. Not quite able to get the layup. Ball back to Wiesbaden. Still stuck on that 9-7 score. We've been there for a couple minutes. About 2.5 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Russell Tuff, Lucas Hoskins bringing you the action of Division I girls basketball. Come to you live from Wiesbaden, Germany. Maggie Mosley just off with that three-point attempt there a second ago.
Gonzalez dishes it off across over to Dickerson.
And I'll tell you what, Luke, we just had a thrilling overtime game that AF North won in the boys matchup. With as closely as these two teams have played in the first two matchups, the way they're playing right now, I wouldn't be surprised to see another overtime game.
Hey, those are the exciting ones. Can't seem to make it drop down there for the Kaiserslautern.
They've had a couple good opportunities down low. Just seems like there's that lid on the bucket that just not quite going in.
Somebody got up there before the game, put saran wrap over top of it. I tell you, I'm seeing some serious speed out of Gonzalez for Kaiserslautern, and she takes it down and puts it in for two.
Quick hands. She's had her hands in there on a couple possessions, managed to come up with a couple steals thus far, and she's only been in a couple minutes.
Very, very quick hands.
Tying that game up at 9-9 on that last layup.
4 minutes to go here in the half.
And I'll tell you what, Luke, I'll be completely honest. Going into this matchup, I really thought that Angie for K-Town with that size advantage was really going to be the difference. So thus far, it's been the guard play.
Well, and I think, you know, these teams are fairly familiar with each other. And, you know, you've got to know your limitations. And speaking with Coach Campbell before the game, he didn't specifically say, but I think he kind of knew that going down there with somebody of that size was going to be an issue, so they're going to have to get their guards shooting.
Had a good little laugh with him when asked his keys to the game, and he goes, oh, you know, the normal stuff.
Score points, win, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, score points, keep the other team from scoring.
Wiesbaden with another two, put him on top 11-9 now.
And unfortunately, from playing high school, or being in high school, you know, with the basketball team, I knew exactly what he was talking about when he said, Coach speak.
Another quick breakaway. Sierra Martin can't quite make it drop. That's a follow-up by Lauren Berry. Gets the foul. Looks like she's going to go to the line for two.
Wiesbaden nursing that 2-point lead, 11-9. They've, for the most part, been holding on to that 2-point lead through a good portion of this first half. We're down under 3 minutes, 2:54 to be exact. Game number 5 of 6 here on AFN today. Of course, we've got the boys the boys Division I, if I can get it out correctly, game coming up next.
That's going to be the Panthers of Patch High School in Stuttgart, Germany, and I believe Ramstein. Yeah.
That big crowd. A lot of these schools within very reasonable driving distance of where we're at here in Wiesbaden.
And I've been really surprised to see even the teams that had to travel a long ways. The Interlicks, the Rotas have still had a really good fan base following with them.
Interlick had an incredible fan base here earlier.
Sure did.
Wiesbaden able to push that lead up to 4 on the strength of those free throws just a moment ago.
Not sure if that was a pass or a shot, but
in any case,
traffic.
K-Town retains possession. Having some difficulty getting in, and Wiesbaden steals the inbounds. There's a personal foul on Angie Smith, getting a little too aggressive on trying to get that ball back.
yeah, Powell just reaching over the top there. Again, if you're just tuning in, we are live in Wiesbaden, Germany on Kaiserslautern at the Fitness Center for the 2013 DoDDS High School Tournament of Champions High School Basketball Championships. This right now, the Division I girls game, championship game right now. These two teams battling it out for the #1 prize.
The third matchup between these two teams this month. February the 1st, February the 12th, and now today. So they've gotten quite familiar with each other over the last 3 weeks. Couple substitutions here. You see number 21, Dominique Baldwin, coming into the game.
Something that I've really liked to see today is, these two teams knew they were going to play each other all day, but I've seen players from both teams actually talking to each other. It's something that not only DoDDS, but all high schools everywhere really promote, is sportsmanship, but then when they get on the court, it is all business.
Yes, I know from the couple of times we've had Dr. Purcell from DoDDS had a chance to talk to her. That's one of the things she always preaches is she's really high up on sportsmanship within the athletic programs throughout Europe. And that's exactly what you were talking about. We've seen that over and over again today. Have a timeout on the floor. Wiesbaden still at that 2-point lead, 13-11. Just over 2 minutes left in this second quarter. What's been a very entertaining game, a very entertaining day of basketball here in Wiesbaden, on both sides, the boys and the girls side. Again, if you're just joining us, Wiesbaden, they're in the royal blue and yellow. K-Town, they're in the red and white uniforms. K-Town, even though we're in Wiesbaden, K-Town designated as the home team for this game.
Irony at its best.
So that was Dominique Baldwin. Excuse me, Denisha Canton for K-Town being called for the foul, the push off there.
The outside comes up short. See who they give this to.
Yeah, Megan Smith, a little bit of an awkward shot there, about 18 feet out on the baseline, but doing that Dirk Nowitzki one-leg shot, a little off balance
She looked a little off balance, so. Like Kaiserslautern is going to get possession on the out of bounds.
A little bit of discussion. Refs now saying ball back to Wiesbaden.
Fair enough. Looks like we have another email here. This one coming from Lois Bigham. Thank you for running the game so my family here in the States can watch. Shout out to Wiesbaden, especially Mackenzie Jefferson, for her family in Utah, Colorado, and Missouri. We are all watching. Go ladies, take home the win. Thanks, Grandma Lois. Thank you, Grandma, for your email. If you'd like to get a hold of us during our broadcast, you can shoot us an email to doddsbb2013@gmail.com.
Johanna Quinn with the bucket there. She got ahead on the pack on that fast break. Johanna, the steal there. Let's see if she can get back-to-back hoops. And they called her for a travel. She just lost her balance on that one.
She tried to get it off. I saw her trying to pass the ball before her other foot moved, but it didn't work out for her.
And Luke, getting back to the email real quick, I mentioned this during the first game that we broadcast today. Please, if by some chance I'm messing up somebody's name, please let us know, and we will get it correct.
I do apologize.
Please, yes,
I have a
please email us and let us know.
I have a tendency to slaughter names, even my own sometimes.
We do our best. We're just not 100%.
That's right.
We're seeing Denisha there trying to run some offense.
Just off the front of the rim. Nails it from 3 all the way downtown.
See if K-Town can get a shot off here. I don't know if they realize what time is left. Nope.
That was Rebecca Russell, 10th grader out of Wiesbaden, hitting the 3 a minute ago.
K-Town unaware that they had just a couple seconds, not able to get off a shot attempt. Wiesbaden with that 18-13 lead as we go into halftime. And I believe we have Victoria. She's got somebody down the sidelines. Let's go to Victoria.
All right, Victoria, what do you have for us?
I'm courtside with Coach Sullivan of the Kaiserslautern Raiders. Now, Coach, it's been really close for the first half. How do you think the girls are doing?
They're a little nervous right now, not doing the things that we work on all the time. So hopefully those nerves are worked out. There's 16 more minutes to play and plenty of time left.
All right, now what do the girls need to do to pull ahead?
We got to box out. They're getting killed on the boards, and right now I think Wiesbaden has about 12 points just on second chances. So we do that, we're going to make this a game.
All right, well, good luck, Coach. Back to you guys.
Victoria, again, Wiesbaden with that 18-13 lead as we go into halftime.
All right, we're going to take a quick little break for halftime here. Again, you're watching the 2013 DoDDS European High School Basketball Championships. We'll be back in just a minute from Wiesbaden, Germany. You're watching AFN celebrating 70 years of broadcasting, and we're serving America's best.